I'm Ariel from Wisdom of the Womb, and I've been getting so many messages and PMs and emails about whether the products that I have can help support endometriosis. So I actually wanted to make a video specifically about endometriosis, answering some of the questions I've been getting, and hopefully just giving you some information and tools that you can use. So the first thing about endometriosis is that ideally, it's best to begin treating as soon as you start feeling the symptoms. So I know that for most of you, or many of you at least, we're way past that, because most women start feeling symptoms of endometriosis, like severe pain or cramping around their period, when they're like in their early teens and first getting their period. And unfortunately, that's when most young girls or women are put on the birth control pill to kind of block the symptoms, but unfortunately it doesn't actually stop the endometriosis. So when they come off the pill and they're trying to get pregnant, they're kind of like starting over completely. And unfortunately by then, one of the things that the birth control pill does is kind of stagnate your chi in your blood, which can worsen endometriosis. So a lot of women get off the pill and are eager to start trying to get pregnant, and then their endometriosis is pretty unbearable. So if you're in that boat, don't fret. I know it's can feel sometimes debilitating to be struggling with that kind of pain, so I'm sorry that you're dealing with that, but there are a few things that I recommend. I usually start my patients off doing womb massage, and I have a womb healing oil that's on my website that I highly recommend doing it with, but you can really use any oil if you want. You can use essential oil mixed into a little bit of olive oil, even if that's what you have at home. Mine is a blend of different essential oils that are specifically chosen for their support in uterine health, but you can certainly use whatever you want. I often mix it with castor oil because that tends to be heavy and can kind of get absorbed in. And the thing with endometriosis is it tends to be a lot of inflammation. And then in terms of Chinese medicine or Eastern medicine, the idea is that there tends to be heat so that the blood is moving rapidly, but that it's also stuck. There's blood stasis. So it's moving, but there's nowhere for it to go. So it kind of just, it gets all over the place, and then when that gets inflamed around the period, it just is really painful. So I also recommend drinking my Bitches Brew tea. If you have endometriosis, I actually recommend drinking it the entire cycle. So usually I tend to have women drink it just like 10 days before their period comes if they just have like basic PMS. But if you have endometriosis, you actually should be drinking that the whole cycle. And I recommend 3 cups a day. The longer you steep it, the stronger it is in function, but also in taste. So sometimes you might need to like start off just getting used to the flavor a little bit. I think it tastes good, but if you're not into herbs and tea, you could just steep it for a few minutes. But once you kind of get used to the taste, you can steep it for longer. I also recommend I have a mermaid bath detoxifying seaweed soak that I highly recommend also doing multiple times a week if you're able to, or at least once a week. Not while you're bleeding, but around your cycle. It's got really invigorating herbs in there, which will help with some of that that stasis. And I recommend giving yourself like at least 3 months of really encouraging movement of the blood. That's why I recommend the womb massage, because that could really encourage blood flow. The tea, the Bitches Brew tea, really helps to move the chi and the blood, and also the soak. If you're doing these things and you're still finding that the pain is just unbearable, definitely reach out to me and I could recommend some supplements. We could do like an herbal consult or something. But these 3 things are the things that I recommend for everyone to start with. They're very affordable, very doable. You could do them at home. I have on my website a free link for how to do a fertility womb massage, so definitely look that up and be doing that. And reach out to me if you have any more questions. But those are like my top three pieces of advice I could give you: the tea, the womb healing oil with the massage, and the bath soak, the mermaid bath soak. So they're all on my website, and I definitely am with you. I feel your pain. I don't have endometriosis, but I've had many patients who have, and there is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel, and you absolutely can get pregnant. So don't give up hope. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.